Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We are back in Captain of Industry. I've done a lot of work off screen here between episodes, so let me get you caught up a little bit. As we go, we'll cover more of what's going on here. But our coal mine, we've pretty much depleted the surface deposit of coal that we've got. We've got a little bit more over here, actually. I'll bring up the overlay. We've got some surface here, and then we've got a little bit that we can dig down and get, and I've started doing that here. My original plan, and I guess still my current plan, is to have this side here on the left be where we try to go deep and have this be the outer edge where our ramp is, and then clear all of this. In parallel to doing that, I started doing it here just because I was running out of coal. We weren't mining it fast enough, so I just started digging down here as well. We'll see how this evolves. Once we exhaust all the coal out of here, we can use this. This will be a convenient location for landfill, but it'll probably be a while before we run out of this deposit. We'll just see. Let's see. In terms of total population, if you look at the top left, we're up to 473 people out of 480 that I can house. I think I have one of these paused. Let's see if I unpause this. Yeah, we can actually house 540. I basically paused it just to get people to move into the better units here that give us more unity, the upgraded housing units. So we've got plenty of room for more people. And food's looking okay. I like always having this at 99 months. I just don't want a death spiral, and I want enough time to recover from a drought if one hits us really hard. So, but we're at 88 months, and if we look at the right side of the screen, we've got 1,068 food. I've got 3 farms running. They're just the irrigated farms. We haven't gotten to greenhouses yet. 3 farms here, and then I've started to get some farms going up here. These ones aren't staffed. I did run the first 2 here, and you can see they've got their own little supply of food that we could tap into. There's 200 more food up here just about. This one I haven't run yet, and I haven't run that one yet. More to show you, lots more to show you. So food's okay though. That's the kind of takeaway from that. Maintenance has just recovered. We're at 93%. We're doing pretty good. I've upgraded the second maintenance depot, and I'm starting to switch over to the steel maintenance recipe. This takes a little bit longer. It takes 50% longer to churn out the maintenance. But it makes use of steel instead of iron, and we get more maintenance from it. So right now I've got 2 running. I might be able to get by with 1, or maybe just 1 on a boost. This by switching over to steel, by the way, I believe this also reduces our copper consumption, because for every 4 copper on the last recipe, we'd get 90 maintenance tools or whatever, maintenance items. For every 4 using steel, we're getting 120, right? So I think that's going to help reduce our copper usage. I'm not sure what it does to our iron usage, because obviously the steel is coming from iron, and steel plates take, I believe, twice as much molten iron as iron plates. Anyway, let's see what we've got going on here. In terms of construction parts, we've got 188 construction part 3s. That's pretty good. We've got 751 construction part 1s, which is good. And we've got 85 construction part 2s. We've got a bunch of storage here for construction part 1s. And those are all full. That's probably more than, I think, a good sized buffer, or, about as much buffer as I think we'd ever want. So now these guys are basically just producing construction part 1s for our one little factory doing construction part 2s. And that's kind of a weak point. Matter of fact, I can pause a couple of these. They don't even have anything to do. We'll let 2 of those run. And we'll see. Matter of fact, we can probably just let 1 of these run at this point, where we've got plenty of construction part 1s. But yeah, I was saying the weak point of our implementation here is I don't have good storage for construction part 2s. I've got 3 factories here that can potentially produce them. In fact, I could probably turn these guys on now. but I don't have good storage. So all of these guys producing construction part 2s, their output is basically feeding into construction part 3 production. I don't have any real buffer here, so I need to rebelt this and find a place for storage for construction part 2s so we can get a nice cache of those. I'd like to have more than just 180, and this thing is kind of slow. I guess the other thing we could do, if we wanted, is try to get another factory working off of this production line to produce the construction part 2. So we could do that. Another assembly level 2 here. Route it, construction part 1s, and then have it feed the same storage or stack another storage. Not sure. I got to give that some thought. It's a little crowded over here, but that is something we need to get to. Another weakness we've got is cement or concrete production. I've got this one little concrete mixer. It's pretty slow, and it's been having a hard time keeping up. It is catching up now, but it's kind of a weak area in our factory. While we're here, we've got the remnants of our old construction part factory. I think I'm going to start deleting some of this stuff out. We no longer need it. Here's this guy has one one construction part. I guess I can set that to empty. See if that gets emptied. I think I'm going to take these guys out. This guy actually has some parts that we could process. Although I'm short workers. Where can I steal some workers? I'm going to shut down steel production here just to free up workers. Whoops. What did I do? I thought I paused these. Pause? Oh, I paused the wrong one. Sorry, those were already paused. Let's pause these. Just to free up workers. Yeah, and let's get this guy to burn up his inventory. And then we're going to get rid of it. We can get rid of this belt. No longer need it. We'll scavenge the parts. And these water collectors are going to go at some point. But not quite yet. This guy's got one iron part. Is that true? These can all go. Metal casters. All the stuff we're going to get rid of. Free up space. We've got new facilities to do this production for us. Served us well. We got a lot of stuff out of this. I may leave that charcoal maker there just for the time being. Let's see about these guys. Let's get... oh, we need this still. That's some concrete production. So that stays. We'll wait for this guy to burn through his inventory. He's got quite a bit, actually. So that'll take a while to empty out, probably. This hopper we can set to empty these guys. Maybe that coal will get rerouted somewhere. And then I would empty this belt. I guess I can say remove products. Maybe that'll speed up what happens. Iron ore. Can I make use of that? Probably not where it's located. Let's tear that out. Well, it's close to this one, but we can do better, I think. This is my loose storage for gravel. I've got some workers now. Let's run our little rock crusher here. Keep our concrete mixer supplied. But yeah, we need to scale up concrete production a little bit. We'll get to that at some point. Everything else down here is looking pretty good. Slowly accumulating those. I also routed coal, so I put a loose storage here for coal. Kinda near the mine. It's not as close as it could be. So maybe we do something with that. I've been wrestling with how many belts and pipes to place because they stop excavators from being able to go back and forth. But what we could do here, it looks like, I could put a loose storage maybe over here. And since we've already got a pipe here, I could run a belt. It's not going to block excavators any more than I'm already doing it. And run that belt under here maybe and feed into this guy. But this coal basically feeds all of our blast furnaces. We got some fancy belt work here. Feeds that guy. Sneaks under there. Feeds that one. For steel production. Got another one for steel production. This time we hop the belt. And then we've got another... this one's kind of crazy. We get another one that comes down, sneaks under, and feeds our iron plate production basically for construction part 1s and a little bit of construction part 2 stuff. Iron plates were way behind. Now they've caught up. I've got plenty. That's all good. So yeah, that's coal routed. And then we've got the iron routed. Got only one loose storage for that. And that is providing the iron for those same 4 blast furnaces. So that's all good. Now, when I started running out of coal from the surface deposit, everything ran dry of coal. Like this part of the mining designation was picking up a lot of dirt from the spill down here. And I started to panic a little bit, thinking, you know, eventually we're going to run out of this coal. And I think I saw a screenshot or a tweet on the Captain of Industry Twitter account showing a picture of this map with this coal deposit fully depleted. And so it struck a little fear in me. And so we've got, you know, this huge coal deposit over here. This is the mega coal deposit. I believe it's hard to tell how much is there. Like these stacks aren't, you know, super duper tall, but there's a wide area of them. And we have to do a little digging in some areas to get to that deposit, it looks like. But anyway, that's our major coal deposit. So I started a belt that runs from this coal deposit all the way across. Ton of rubber that was used for this in construction part 2s, I believe. Huge conveyor belt all the way down, and kind of around here underneath a ramp. This guy's actually waiting on concrete. That shows, kind of illustrates the problem we're having with concrete production. But this is that same coal all the way down. And over to here. We're not done yet, but I got to get it down this ramp. I may use this belt. This belt was originally put here for food. Oh, I can't use it. That'll solve that problem. That is a normal conveyor. This is the U-shaped conveyor that holds all the aggregate, that rocky product. So we'll put another belt down here, head down this ramp, come across, and probably feed into here at some point. We don't even need to hook it up yet until this deposit's depleted. So why did I do that? Why did I make that huge belt? First, because I think we're going to run out of this coal deposit. So then the question is, well, instead of routing that crazy belt, why don't you just move some of your production that uses coal up here on top of the mountain, over on this side, near that deposit? And the issue there is we could do that. We've got, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Is that, wow, that looks really different. The color is different, isn't it? Or is that my eyes? Interesting. Got like a sunny side and a dark side to these bars. Anyway, I just thought it was easier to mine the iron down here. And I'm kind of, for this playthrough, going to try to put all of our industry, or as much as possible, on this lowest tier. Now that may create, it's an artificial limitation that I'm just putting on myself. And it may create some problems for us just because it's pretty slow to chew away at these mountain sides and create new space. We are getting that done though. This thing is just constantly being filled. We are constantly dumping and extending the island and freeing up a little space as we go. But that's a limitation I kind of put on myself for this playthrough. I want to see how much of this we can chip away. It's slow right now, but tech tree, we've got bigger trucks and excavators coming and faster belts. So I'm hoping we can accelerate that. Anyway, so that's why I ran this belt, just to make sure that we weren't going to be coal starved when this deposit dries up. I've also a couple times, I actually bought coal from our trading dock. We can go to any village here. We've got 2, I think, that we can trade with right now. And a couple times I traded for diesel. We've got lots of diesel. So I just did this once and then twice. After 2 times, the price goes up for the trade. I just did it twice on that guy. And then over here, we've got another settlement. This time it's construction part 3s. We have plenty of these, actually. We get 180 coal. So I did this a couple times. Again, the price goes up after 2 clicks. So I did that. We could do that for wood too. While we're on the map, there's some stuff I want to do. We've got some things to discover yet. These ones you'll see I don't have enough fuel. If I hover over the explore button, it's not enough fuel. It should be the same for these, I think. Not enough fuel, not enough fuel, not enough fuel. There's one here we can get, not enough crew. Right now I have the ship empty. But what I want to do before exploring new areas, because I don't necessarily want more workers just this minute. I'd like to get the farming upgraded before we do that. We do have things to repair. We've got extra cargo ships we could be taking advantage of. Not urgent, but we're producing steel now, and we should have plenty of copper. Got 2 of those to go after. We've got an oil rig to repair. Again, see all those construction part 2s. We've got to beef up that production. But the one I'm most curious about on here that we haven't upgraded is the sawmill. So I think I'm going to work on that, actually. I want to see if that is our endless supply of wood. Yeah, we would need a cargo ship to bring it in. This one, our existing cargo ship is just set up for liquid or bringing in crude oil. So I don't think that one's going to help us. Speaking of which, we are maxed out on crude oil. I can actually pause this guy now because there's nothing he can really do for us. I'll pause that along with the 2 fluid modules. That gets me, what, 20 workers freed up. We can see about having them do something else. Let's see. So yeah, so that's that. I've got tree cutters here. Unhappy they don't have anything to cut. Let's see. What do we want to clear out? What do we want to clear out? I'm thinking this is the last part of the island we would probably chew away at. If we wanted to level this island, basically get everything down to, I think we're at like level 2 here. If I do a fill designation. Yeah. See how it says +2 everywhere? If we wanted to try and level this entire, I don't know if it's possible. We probably won't be able to achieve that. But if we did, if we play as if we wanted to level the entire island, my current plan is that this area in the back would probably be the last area to get chewed through. And I'm thinking this might be a good place for farming and water, get some water collectors. They don't take once you build them, they don't take any power and they bring in water. So maybe we will think about clearing out some of the trees in this kind of northern area. Let me mark a bunch. These are harder to get to. They're far away. We'll get those marked. I'm not sure if I showed it in the last episode or not. I am working on a second ramp. This one's going to go a lot slower. For one thing, it's wide, probably too wide. I've got it 3 blocks wide to kind of protect against landslides. But we're going to have a lot of just natural landslides trying to burrow through here. And we've got to go a really long distance before we actually reach the surface. I do think it's worth doing. We do want to level the island if we can. And this will make for a nice shortcut to get to this whole top area. Because right now, with the ramp that we've got, it takes forever for trucks to make their way to the far side of the top tier here. It slows everything down. In fact, you'll see in the top left, our truck time here is at 731 seconds. That was up to 11,000 when I was building this belt. And I was building it just in segments, and it still got up to like 11,000 seconds. So having another ramp, I think, will help our transport times. In fact, why don't we fix the designation so it's complete? It's a little tricky to do this just because it's so strange. All right. I'm on mining designation. I'm on sloped. I need to... Okay, can I start mining here? That's fine. I'm going to pick this and come all the way up just too wide. Well, it lets me do a certain amount at a time. How's that? Now we're at least fully designated. And again, my hope is we can get bigger excavators and more trucks. To chew through this rock faster. Let's check real quick on our little stone crusher. Okay, this guy is now full. I'm going to pause him. Save the work, save the power. Looks like concrete is finally starting to get some storage. Again, we need to rework that. Let's see, did this get emptied out? Nope, got 65. This guy is kind of done. I wish we could empty that inventory. We're probably going to lose this material, but I don't know how to get this thing down to 0. I'm just going to delete it and not worry about it too much. I'm not going to overthink it. Get rid of some of these belts and random pipes. Okay. This can go, this can go, this can go. We'll get some of that resource back. This guy has one little piece of iron. It doesn't seem to want to leave, so I'm going to get rid of it. And a little more cleanup over here. Boom. Boom. Yeah, I don't want to throw away the coal, so I'll wait for that to empty out. Looks like this guy already did. Get rid of that. Again, this is just the remnants of our old construction part 1 factory. We've got this whole array doing that for us and doing it well. So we've got almost 1,000 construction part 1s. Water has actually been an issue. Now, I've taken up like 3, maybe 3 water collectors. That's it. And we had all this water storage. This used to be full all the time. Oh, now that I've mentioned it, now it's full. But a short while ago, our farms did not have any water. Like, this thing got starved out. It looks like it's back to running better. I actually put in 2 more groundwater pumps because I was running out of water. I can pause these now. It doesn't look like I need them. I'll leave one on just to keep things flowing no matter what. And I want to rip all that stuff out. Another thing that got done is I've upgraded our research lab. 16 workers now, but we have new research. I'm going to unpause this. Let's start picking some research. Zoom in here and see what we can get. Storage 2. I don't think we even have this. It's coming soon. That's such a bummer. Cargo Depot 2. Vehicles Management 2. Let's... These all look just great. Low pressure turbine. That would be nice. We're throwing away a lot of steam right now. Same thing with water recovery. Let's get that going. I like that one the best, I think. Although we could upgrade this ship. There's just a lot to do. Yeah, I like the low power generation stuff. Low pressure steam power. Let's do water recovery too. While doing my ship exploring, I did discover corn seeds, so we could do corn farming. I'm not going to worry about that yet. Electrolysis. This gets us oxygen and hydrogen from water. And allows us to break down ammonia into nitrogen and hydrogen. Oh, we can go both ways with ammonia, it looks like. Interesting, yeah. Hydrogen and nitrogen to ammonia, or ammonia to hydrogen and nitrogen. Same ratio. That's kind of interesting. Water to oxygen and hydrogen. I wonder how much power that takes. I wonder if that's more efficient than the air thing that we're using now to get our oxygen. Vehicles management, I think I'm going to take. I think I'm going to take that. All these look good. Let's just pick some. Cargo Depot 2, sure. Curious if this will let us do it. It says coming soon. I'm guessing we can't, but boy, it sure would be nice to have second level storages for space efficiency. So we got research going again. Unity looks really good. I've turned off the settlement electricity, this transformer. This guy chews up quite a bit of power to generate. Basically, I think all it does is generates Unity for us. If I turn this on, what do we get? 1.31 Unity for 311 kilowatts. Guess we'll leave it on, but man, this is going to burn through our coal right now. More than I'd like it to. We don't, let's see, is there any edicts that we can take advantage of with that extra Unity? Maybe we do fuel saver? I don't need more people, really. I don't need to save food. We've got tons. So yeah, maybe the maintenance reducer and the fuel saver. Excuse me. And then I'll turn on plenty of everything. That gets a little bit of Unity. I think this is the settlement services consumed here are the water and the electricity. I could be wrong. I don't think it includes food because we've got edicts that are just targeted at food. So food's at 84 months. Naturally, I'd like to have that higher. I started just building more food storages here. Maybe I'll do that another one. I think we're going to expand the colony block down this way. Or out, or upgrade. Why don't we upgrade one of these guys too? Do that. Boom. But yeah, we have a lot of different projects competing for our time. Tempted to get a few more vehicles going. We've got workers. I'm going to turn on this vehicle depot and I'm going to grab 4 more trucks. Get those queued up and built. Just to speed things up on the island, I'd like to get more trucks on each of these mining sites. You can see this guy's waiting for a truck. That's slowing us down. But you can see our transport times here at the top are still 405 seconds. So it's hard for me to pull trucks out of our general pool and assign them to specific mining sites when our transport times are kind of slow. I set up a second array of power. I don't have it turned on yet. We haven't needed to turn it on yet, but it's there once we need it. I think everything is in place. In fact, I should probably test it. Let's let it run for a bit and just make sure everything's going to start spinning. These guys should start spinning up. Ooh, I hope I don't regret what I did here. Oh, no, this is our low pressure steam coming out, right? Does it show what's in that pipe? Yeah, steam low. Okay, so we'll be able to put the low pressure turbine down below and the low... Ooh, it's going to be tight over here. This is low pressure steam coming out. We'll have to wiggle this out of here with the pipe once we're ready. Okay, that's all spinning up. I'm going to kill one of these generators. Like to see these generators moving up there. So let's pause these. Just want to verify everything's working so I don't discover a problem at the worst possible time. They should work. Missing input. They need a certain amount of mechanical power, I guess. Oh, I'm not happy about that. Why are those not spinning? There they go. There they go. All at once. Okay, all 4 are spinning, so we're good. I'm shutting all that down. Right at the boiler. Boom. And then these guys can be paused. You guys don't take any workers, which is nice. But do the boilers take workers? Yeah, we can pause those too. Save the people. These don't take any people. And we're good. Good, good, good. 18 workers. The ship is empty, so we're going to need 36 people to send the ship out. Pickup cannot reach destination. I've been getting more of this lately. This guy says he can't get to where he wants to get. Part of that is it's just crowded. Now what is he? He must be on like a little bump or something. All right, let's flatten this out. Looks like there may be a little ridge. Something funky going with the train. Okay, I've got fill selected. I'm going to say, actually looks like there's a bump there, right? Let's do the mining designation instead. Flat. Oh. That's one. Okay, yeah, two. I want this all two. So let's see if that will naturally get smoothed out on its own. Looks like I've got plenty of trucks at the coal deposit. Too many. Let's take some of these down. Guessing this guy's just hung up over this little ridge here. Doesn't make sense. Oh, now he wants to go somewhere else. And is unhappy about that. He wants to... I have no idea. Take coal to the shipyard. I have no... That makes zero sense to me. I'm missing something obvious, right? Oh, I put in another fuel station down here and gave it 2 trucks. Hooked it up to our huge supply of diesel. Diesel's at 3,000. We're doing good. I'm running 2 rows of diesel production. We'll probably take that down to 1 when we send the ship out. Rubber is another area of weakness. We've only got 1 rubber maker, and it's like 1 every 20 seconds. See how we're doing. Well, we've got a decent supply, but it's kind of weak, and we're burning off a bunch of whatever this guy takes. We're burning off a bunch of naphtha that we could be using in this flare. You'll see. I think we're going to see some here get burned off, maybe. Some of it's being used for steam. Well, stand corrected. I don't see the flare going. I don't mind burning it off to generate steam. Maybe, let's just see. Another little batch. It's going to the boiler. Maybe we're actually okay with the way we've got this set up. The ratio here. Looks like our rubber maker and our boiler are consuming all of the naphtha that comes through. That's awesome. I see. Whoops. Nope. There's a little bit of excess here that's getting wasted that we're burning that we could make use of somehow. We could be pumping that to another rubber plant or having more storage. There's other things we can do with naphtha too. Just like more space to build. What else? What's next? Oh, let's check the shipyard and see if we are at least collecting material. Start loading the ship for the sawmill upgrade. Let's do that. Loading required materials. So that's going to chew up 200 of our construction part 2s. Got one pickup that's got a problem. Not reach destination. We may have to reset this one. He's got a cargo of coal and is looking to go to dock for something's off here. Something's off with that truck. I'm just going to hit reset. I'm not sure what it is. I don't think it's a terrain issue. I'm just going to hit recover. I'm not sure if we lose the material that he had or where he goes, but We'll see if it pops up again in the warning list. I've actually got the warnings turned on and we don't have any. So that's like a miracle for my playthroughs. Turns out we may need that power. Look at this. We're coming up short. I wonder if I should put us one extra generator here. Because we do have surplus power in the flywheels. Just to deal with peaks and valleys. See how now our demand is lower? I'm going to do that. This is kind of counter to the perfect ratios. Right now, the boilers should not be able to produce more power than than these turbines can handle. But since we have peaks and valleys and we've got batteries basically in the middle, there are times where we could address peaks by just throwing one of these on here, I believe. I'm going to try it. In fact, we could probably do two. We marked trees up here. Let's see if they chewed through all those yet. Nope, not even close. I started setting up some water collection over here. I don't have that totally worked out yet. I've got some storage tanks near the farms. I want to cut over to using these farms and get rid of these farms and kind of use this land for production. And it'll make things a bit less crowded too once we can migrate them. But that's what this belt is all about here. This conveyor, it's not done yet. Let's maybe try and finish this whole conveyor. A little tight through here. I wouldn't mind getting another excavator up here. We've got plenty of diesel. Just the trucking, I think, is the limitation right now. Could steal a truck from somewhere or a excavator. I hate to slow down our ramp construction. Iron might get by with one excavator. We could try that, although I'm not sure. Looks like I'm gonna run through my steel. My steel supply is dwindling. I better turn on steel production. I gotta find workers for this though. I don't have quite enough to do it. Where can I take workers from? How about maintenance? Boom. There's 14 workers we get back. And we'll see if maintenance gets low. I can throw a boost on this guy. And maybe that'll be enough to keep up. We definitely need steel. Yeah, let's build more of this belt. The only thing I'm nervous about doing is running out of space here where excavators won't be able to get through once I wiggle this guy through. Let's see about, why don't we just build another excavator? We can do that off of this one. I'll unpause this guy, get an excavator queued up. This vehicle plant has still got 2 trucks to build. And then we'll shut him down and save some workers there. But yeah, I think maybe before we extend this belt out, I think I want to clear a little bit more of this this territory. We can do the mining designation if there's not one already there. Where would we want to do it? Let's clear out what we've got. Okay, I'm mining. Thinking here, right? Like this big chunk needs to come out. That would give us a lot of extra space for trucks and things to get through, and particularly excavators. They seem to have the hardest time. Let's do that. We'll update the area, so this is all in there. And eventually, in theory, I don't know that we'll ever get there, but in theory, we might chew away all of this, including the ramp. But I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be a long time or never before we get to that. We'll see what the heavy duty excavators can do. Hey, that guy's still working on our excavator. This guy's got one more truck to build. Should have all the materials needed. Iron, we're doing pretty good. We've got tons of coal. Water is good now. Steel plates look good. Construction part 3s. We sold some. We could probably turn on one of these factories if we needed to. Like this guy, we could turn on for a little bit. I don't have the workers. I guess we'll wait. This guy is completely backed up. Kill that off. Ooh, a little bit of power issue here. My little plan's not going to work. Guess this guy's not built yet. Can we prioritize this guy? I have a feeling that's going to take care of the power issue. In the meantime, we're only a little tiny bit short. Maybe a diesel generator would do it. Let's see. Got some down here, just waiting for something to do. Okay, that put us back in the white, or it got us out of the red. Crude, we are burning through the crude pretty fast. How's this guy doing? Oh. We've got a bunch of stuff to unload, right? Not unload, cargo. The shipyard's full. We might need to set up storage for things like electronics. Just find a place off to the side. I don't know where, though. The land is so precious down here. Some place where you can just dump off supplies that we don't need. How about down here? I can't build on this space. The cargo depot's taking it all up, so maybe we put a storage building here for the electronics temporarily. Just to have a place to dump this stuff off. I don't really want to connect anything. I just want to have a spot. Oh, you won't let me. Okay. Let's do that. That's going to be for electronics. It's only going to hold 180. We got a bunch. Yeah, I can slap another one on there and do the same thing. Again, this is just to get the dock cleared. That'll get a bunch of them off of there. There's more than that even though. 400. Production parts. What are those doing there? Keep empty. Good, but why don't I put this guy on a boost? This is our construction part 2s. Those are the ones we're short on. And why don't I turn, since this is backed up, I can save some workers turning this off. And this one off. And maybe just leave this far one on. He's got the most belt inventory, most belt room. Okay, now we've got plenty of workers. Coal is completely backed up over here. Kind of strange. But I guess everybody has the coal they need. I'm running one line of steel. Mainly, the only thing chewing up steel seriously is the maintenance. I've got a little bit of construction part 3 creation going on here, but it doesn't use much. Maintenance is doing okay with 1. We may need to boost that to keep up. All right, are we done with trucks? We are. Pause that guy, save the workers. And we have a new excavator. Let's get this guy assigned. Boom. And get 3 trucks going on this. And they'll start chewing away this part of the hill for us. All right, let's wrap this episode here. Kind of got you caught up with where things are at on the island. Next episode, we will just keep plugging away. Hopefully we can get the shipyard emptied. Oh, we've got it. All required cargo is loaded. We can send the ship on its way. We'll repair the sawmill next episode and see what that's all about. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Special thanks as always to patrons and channel members. You guys are the ones keeping this channel going. I really appreciate it. And I'll see everyone in the next episode.